Hey, this is Luke with Salt Strong. I'm going to do some offshore fishing today. Actually picking up my dad. He's over here at Fort DeSoto Park. He's camping. And we're going to go and do some nearshore fishing. We have some lures here. This is the Power Prawn USA Junior for triple tail, for cobia and grouper. We got the bigger one on the weedless jig head to bounce on the reef. And then over here we have a new spoon that we're testing out to try to get some kingfish and maybe some Spanish mackerel, and just be able to cover both the bottom as well as the mid column. So we're gonna head on out and we'll pick up hopefully with some fish catching action soon. See you in a bit. Just had one quick stop to go pick up my dad at Fort DeSoto. Here is the guy who got me addicted to fishing. Always a pleasure to fish with him. And now we're on our way out. Yeah, it's 30 feet. So with that 3/4 ounce weight, it's about a 10-second drop. So just kind of cast her out, 10 seconds down, and then just slow bounce on the bottom. Don't know what the heck we got here, but it's something. Oh, mackerel. A little mackerel on the prawn.
Good size mackerel.
Yeah. Double blue runner. It actually would be good kingfish bait, but I'm not ready to mess with it. There we are. There's a heavier fish there. Let's see what we got. It felt heavy. Oh, grouper. Felt a whole lot heavier than that. Decent red grouper. So the good news is we got onto some action quickly. The bad news is it was all just small stuff. So we kept moving around the reef looking for different areas with better fish. And then here my dad hooked into something and something pretty cool happened. Oh, dude, that's something real big. Oh, Cuda just got whatever you had. Big Cuda. Oh, you still got it. Oh, man, that was a nice mangrove snapper. Oh, look at that Cuda. It's right below it, right below it. Oh, watch out. Oh my gosh. That thing totally wrecked you. That would have been dinner too, man. Jeez, man. That's crazy. That could have had its way with it. Whew. So we had several break-offs from Spanish mackerel eating the prawn and just biting through the leader, and so ended up putting the spoon down to see if we can catch some of this mackerel, and caught this really nice blue runner, which is awesome bait for kingfish. And a really smart way to fish these reefs is to basically drift with lures, as what we were doing, but then also drag a live bait behind there. So I was free lining this blue runner, and that way we could have pretty good odds of catching a big kingfish while also, you know, catching cobia and grouper and everything else from the lures too. So smart way to maximize results out there. All right, my GoPro just came off, and I ended up finally getting the right species down here. We got ourselves a cobia, little guy. But this is the species we're looking after. We're just hoping to get one a whole lot bigger. So we kept exploring the reef, hoping we can get a good drag polar. We caught a lot of fish, just didn't get the big one. Caught a variety of species. And before we had to go back in, we were just out there for 2.5 hours. This was a quick trip. Wanted to get one more mackerel so that we could have a little fish fry. And so put the spoon back on, dropped it down. That way those mackerel couldn't bite through the wire. And sure enough, we got mackerel number 2 to at least end on high note before heading back in. All right, just dropped my dad off. We had a fun trip. We didn't catch any big cobia, but we at least did get on the board with cobia. That's now, I think, 4 trips in a row on the reef with some cobia success. So that's cool. We brought in some Spanish mackerel for dinner. Could have had a mangrove snapper, but the Cuda got half of it. But yeah, it's really cool to see that these lures get the job done. And so here's what we were using and really caught pretty much everything with. This is the new jig head, the Haas weedless football jig. You see it's shaped like a football. Put the power prawn on it and just basically bouncing along the reef right in the structure, and it was getting the job done. As far as the setup for it, we've had the questions come in as far as what rod reel to use. This has been the 3000 Daiwa BGMQ. Have 20-pound braid and then 30-pound mono leader. And this rod is a prototype rod that we're coming out with. It's rated for 10 to 20-pound line. Very sensitive, very good feel, and enough backbone to handle these bigger fish out on the reef. So that worked out great. The other thing, you might have seen the spoon. So one of the mackerel was caught on the spoon. Also caught a couple blue runners and stuff. This is a cool spoon. This is another prototype lure that we're working on as far as a jigging and casting spoon. So this proved to get some fish catching action, and with this, have it on a BG, regular Daiwa BG, 15-pound braid. We have a wire trace going up to a 30-pound leader. And again, I was hoping to get a kingfish with it, but at least got a Spanish and some other things. So turned out to be a fun trip. I had the triple tail lure ready to go, but we never saw any triple tail out there today, so unfortunately. But again, had fun. This reef fishing has really been a new frontier for me. I've still relatively new to it, but having a ton of fun with it, so I'll be doing more. Any questions at all about this near shore fishing, leave a comment down below. And we have now a good amount of videos showing some different types of fishing to do out there, so I'll put a link down below to that as well if you want to check those out. All right, one final thing about the tackle is these weedless football jigs. They're only available at fishstrong.com. I've had a lot of questions come in about them. They're new. They've proven to be awesome, especially with the power prawns. Jigging on reefs, it has been just so much fun, surprisingly effective for getting consistent results out on the reefs. What I'd recommend doing is going with a 3/4 ounce size. This is only for the bigger power prawns, but even though it's a bigger lure, obviously they catch a variety of fish, as you saw in this video. Even the small ones hit it, but this is the same one that I was catching those bigger cobia with in the prior trip. Obviously the power prawns are in here as well. Just everything you need here at fishstrong.com. As always, right, Insider Club members can save 20%, and for you Insider Club members, scroll down below and you'll see the post-trip analysis where I showed the reef and how we covered it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.